by the MD podcast. Get arm exercise going there. Welcome to this Saturday. Next Saturday is the Preakness. Let's go.
It looks like a new age golf club. I can't see. The screen is blurred. What is that? That's the cheetah?
Oh,
that's a Towson Tiger.
yes.
Okay.
I know, it gets blurry. Yeah, he fell off the desk. I had to fix his neck.
Oh, okay.
All right, welcome in. And Wendy podcast. I'm here, Gerard, here on a Saturday, which is better than Sundays. But I digress. We are here, of course, on StreamYard, YouTube. Subscribe and like. As well, of course, we're on Facebook, IG, and we're not maybe on Elon Musk's Twitter. There's a little holdup. So who knows? Might not be his Twitter. And, of course, we're on IG. I said IG. We're on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find the NY to MD podcast. What is going on, B?
I don't know, man. Everything's good, man. I can't complain, man. Yeah, man, it's Saturday. I don't know. It's kind of cool, man.
Yes, it's way cooler than Sunday.
Yeah. Why do we stop doing Saturday again?
I don't know. I know we have a lot of stuff we usually do Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
So I think that's because we're usually out and about and get, Yeah. So I think Sunday is the day we're actually just home.
Okay.
For the whole morning part. So that's what happens. But if we can do a Saturday, I would prefer Saturdays because, as you can tell, the whole big difference in me.
Yeah.
Saturday's my favorite day of the week. I was born on a Saturday, so
okay.
So what day were you born on, by the way?
I was born on a Wednesday. Yeah, hump day.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in to everything. Rangers won last night. Game 7 now against Pittsburgh. Thank goodness.
Yeah,
but happy. Caps are home. No one cares about the Rangers.
The Caps, dude. What the Caps blew this, man. We gave out predictions, and I was worried about this series, but the Caps, they blew this, man. They should have won the last 3 games.
Well, Rangers 3-3. That's all I need to care about. 3-3 going into. I don't know what. Believe me, I don't know what else is happening in hockey except for the Rangers Penguins series. So.
Well, the Caps blew multiple leads. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I heard about that, but
I mean, they were up. What was it? Game 3? They were up with like 2 minutes left in the game. You know what I mean? And they gave up the goal, lost in overtime. They were up 3-0 on the road. I think I can't remember if they were on the road or at home. But then they lost 5-3. Like, come on, y'all! Like, what are you doing? Then they lost last night in overtime. It's like, except for that one season, man.
Yeah.
It's like the Caps, it's always like this in the playoffs for them, man. It's just
so warm.
I don't know, man. It's time to trade Ovechkin, man. I'm joking.
I don't care. Trade him to the Rangers. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So I apologize for missing the show last week. A little bit under the weather. And just I did not have the energy to get up and do it. So, but we're here, and I was mad because we missed, May the 4th. Of course, May the 4th, we with you.
Yeah.
We're more, Star Wars guys. A little more Star Wars than you because you haven't even made your own lightsaber. So, I don't know how big of a fan you are when you ain't got your own lightsaber. Of course, the saber would be purple, as we all know.
No, my lightsaber would not be. Yours might be. I know you. No, I like the blue ones, man. That's my color, man. That light electric blue. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so you definitely are a Jedi. You're definitely a Jedi. I, on the other hand, am not.
Right. Yeah, you have a red lightsaber.
Yes, I have the double-sided red lightsaber. Because that's just who I am. But yeah, man, speaking of Star Wars. Real quick, I can't wait to go to Galaxy's Edge one day.
Yeah, one of these days, man.
To get down there. But I also If I do a cruise, it'd be a Disney cruise.
Okay.
I know both of us haven't gone on cruises, but if I did one, I think Disney usually does things right. Of course, it'd be overly expensive.
Yeah.
But I feel like it would be done right, and I wouldn't, I would definitely probably enjoy that a little bit more. And I can't wait for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, man, we got a couple of weeks.
Yeah, not too long now.
And we're getting the Obi-Wan. The trailer looked great, man. I'm looking forward.
Better than Boba Fett. I'll tell you that.
Look, I still don't think Boba Fett was that bad.
I felt like I was just watching the same episode every single day, every single time. I enjoyed it, but there's a certain point where again, I love the whole thing with the same people.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Before they got massacred.
Yeah. I think I liked it because you know me, I like origin stories, I like backstories. And for a character that I didn't really know much, and for a character I didn't really know much about, I like exploring where he came from and what his motivation, why he is the way he is. So I kind of like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised you weren't angry when they made him in his little test tube. And they didn't go back that far. They're like, well, they didn't go back far enough, Hurt. They didn't say when they put Django's fat DNA in there. I didn't see that part, Hurt.
Oh my God.
I don't know, Hurt. We only saw that part, Hurt. Like, what? But it's so crazy how a character, which literally had like one speaking line in like 3 movies and like less than 2 minutes screen time, became this phenomenon. And it was so cool watching it on a Disney where people just start dressing up like this character who didn't do anything. He literally was, literally, when you go back and watch, the first 3, well, as I call them, the first 3.
Clone Wars, Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones.
Episodes 4, 5, and 6, whatever. It's like he's literally in there for like just a couple minutes. I think what did Leia dressed up as him or something, and brought in Chewbacca, and then he his Luke hit his backpack, and then he flew into the whatever that big giant thing is.
Yeah,
and we knew how he got out.
Right, that was slick.
Yeah, but that was it. That was like, oh, okay. Then after that was meetings and battle tanks.
There were a lot of me. I will give you that, dude. It was like going to work. It was like going to work. Yeah, I got a meeting today. What
do you want to do? Oh, we got to go see the mayor.
Yeah.
Every episode, he had to go see the mayor. The mayor's like, no, he's not here. He's busy trying to. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, dude, he had to go to the mayor, the cantina.
Yes. Yeah.
Mayor, the cantina was every episode. So it almost felt like it was a sitcom.
Yeah, and it's like, man, please make an appointment next time, okay?
I feel like I was watching Parks and Recs or something.
Oh my God!
Which, by the way, I didn't watch it all. I never watched any episodes until a couple days ago, and it is fabulous. I did not. Yes. And I started it, and of course, guess what? Guess what year I started?
Guess what? What?
Guess what? Guess what part of the show I started at?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how I don't start an episode?
Oh no! don't tell me like season 6 hurt.
Bam! Season 6 I started on, and it was so good. Couple episodes I watched. It was so good. Good job, B. Yep, season 6 is where I started.
You see my girl Leslie Knope and Tommy Haverford, that's my man right there.
Yeah, I don't know their names yet. Who's Tommy?
That's Aziz Ansari's.
Him. He's funny, but the dude,
Chris Pratt's character.
I didn't see him yet.
Okay.
But it's probably when he was starting to get a little bit bigger, I guess, because I didn't really see him in episode or season 6. But the guy with the mustache, I can't remember his name.
Yeah, that's my man. Dang.
What is his name? Anyway, they were trying to sell his cabin. That was hilarious.
Yes.
Oh my God. And the girl, she has like no emotions either.
Yeah.
He was funny. It's like, what kind of dog are you? You know? It was just.
Yes, Parks and Rec is one of my, that's one of my favorites.
It's good because you know how my kid has now gotten to, I guess as she's gotten older, to the habit of we actually watch shows together. We literally never watch shows together.
Okay, all right.
you try to get her into certain things. We're not in
Yeah.
the same cartoons. We're not in the same really anything. So
Okay.
she started liking, Abbott Elementary and Blackish.
All right.
So that was like our thing. And with her mom, unfortunately, now she's into 90 Day Fiance.
Okay.
But you can't pick it. So we were looking for other shows because Blackish is over.
Right.
And Abbott's gonna be back next season. So it was like, what do we have? So I was looking for stuff. So I was like, oh, let's pick Parks and Recs. And boom, I was like, this is hilarious.
Great choice.
Yes. So I was very happy. Because you remember you did talk about it. Was that in some other show we talked about?
Let's see. It was the golden age to me was when you had 30 Rock, The Office, Parks and Rec, and Community.
Community, I tried, and I was like, no, I'm good.
Oh man,
it took that Joel McHale just kind of
no. But the thing with Community, wait a minute, real quick, how much of it did you watch though?
It was that I actually think I watched the first episode.
See, it doesn't really get going until really like season 2, and like the end of the first season to season 2. Okay. That's when it really starts picking. It's a very different type show.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is what the Russo brothers. This is how they kind of not where they got their start, but before they start making Avengers movies and stuff, they did Community, and so it's just I love that show. But anyway, no, what else was I gonna say? But no, this is good. This is good. I'm glad you like Parks and Rec. It's funny because like Nayla, like she loves The Office. You know what I'm saying? And she'll like rewatch and rewatches. Then she went to Parks and Rec and she loves it. So it's kind of cool. But it is kind of cool as your kids get older. They like shows.
Yeah.
You watch with them. Like it was so cool when I was able to watch Lost with Nayla and Nathan. Yeah, she don't want to watch Lost.
It's hard, but it's hard for me to go back and watch old shows. Like I can't watch Modern Family.
Okay.
It's my favorite show of all time.
Right.
I know everything. It's certain ones that I haven't seen, like when I got into King of Queens. Didn't watch it when it was on. But when I was watching reruns, it was freaking hilarious.
Oh, okay. I thought I didn't realize you didn't watch that as it was on. Okay.
Right. No, I watched it. I think it's towards the end.
Okay. Maybe.
And then I started watching the reruns. It was funny. But Modern Family, I feel like it's not that same. I don't have that same anticipation for it. Again, it came on, child in bed, 9 o'clock. No one called me, no one text me, no one look at me, no one breathe. I need my 9 to 9:30. Leave me alone. Modern Family is the only show. I mean, Lost was like that too, but Lost was on like 10 o'clock, right?
No, Lost was on at 8.
9? It was 8?
8 or 9, yeah.
I think it was 9. It was at 9 o'clock.
It was either 8 or 9. Yeah.
But
they switch days and times throughout this different seasons and stuff. Yeah. But
Modern Family was always 9 o'clock.
Okay.
And it was always the same time, and I swear it was the same day. And just don't call, talk. And I'd be angry too. I'd be like, Modern Family's all right. And I'll just hang out. So maybe one day I'll try to get in that because that show is the best.
Yeah. And real quick before we go on to sports, I'm just gonna I cannot emphasize to you enough how I wish you and Dan would watch the show called Severance. It's on Apple TV, but it reminds me of so much things remind me of Lost. It's a great show.
Oh yeah, you said that. But I don't have Apple TV.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like but it's such a good. Like you're gonna start hearing about this show.
Ted Lasso. Like I would like to watch Ted Lasso, but that's on Apple.
Yeah, that's on Apple too. But man, this show Severance. It's like one of these shows. It reminds me of Lost, where you're watching it, you're trying to figure out what's going on, and it's like these mysteries. It's like I love shows that you can kind of like have theories about, but it's done very well. The premise is very good and it's done very well, and I think y'all will like it because I think it will remind you about.
You got Rudy into it? Did Rudy watch it?
I think when I sent y'all that text, I think Rudy he said I'm going to do the free trial and start watching it. So I think he's in the middle of watching it now. Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
If you had to choose.
Say what?
If you had to choose between one.
Okay.
Lost or Survivor?
Lost.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, Lost is my favorite show of all time. I mean.
Yeah, Lost is my favorite show. Like regular hour show. Favorite comedy show. And number one show is Modern Family. But loss is like if overall is the number 2.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is, there's been 7 times more seasons of Survivor than Lost, which is crazy.
It's been 7 times more. I mean, they come back every season.
Yeah,
with a new, I mean, it's like you got to think those shows didn't have, a long of run as. I mean, look, Amazing Race is coming back for season 910. So,
I love the Amazing Race. Yeah, and Lost. It is currently day 15 on season 43 of Lost, Lost of Survivor, which is being filmed right now. Sorry, dang, I lost on the brain.
I was like, what? Oh, so they're filming another one already?
Yeah, so Survivor is being shot right now. Like I said, it's approximately day 15 or 16.
Where?
It's in Fiji. They just stay in Fiji now.
Oh, okay. I mean, hey, listen, why not?
Yeah, yep. so
anyway,
man. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, one last thing. Dan's son is trying to get on to Survivor.
Oh,
he knows people. He's like you, I guess, but he actually knows some of the people who played and people who try to get on, and so he's really trying to get on. And of course, Dan asked me the very brilliant question. I don't know why this came out of his mouth, but I guess because he's like, so if he's on there, would you root for him? I was like, have I not played catch with that kid? What kind of question is that? He's like, yeah, that was a stupid kid. Yeah, it was a stupid question.
Of course you're going to root
for him. Would I root for him? What? You kidding me? I'm like, in the see you want to show if he makes it to the friends and family part?
Yes, that'd be fun.
Dude, holy crap. I was like, dude, how awesome would that be? You want to root for him. Anyway, all right. Yeah. Speaking of rooting for.
Yes.
NBA playoffs.
Ugh.
We're now into the closing stages, getting close to the conference championships. A couple teams have come home, and we got a couple game 7s coming up now. Last night, Golden State closed out the Grizzlies, who were, of course, without John Morant, who missed the last 2 games because of injury. Even though last game they were blowing out Golden State by 50.
Yeah.
Which, again, my whole premise is, what if LeBron was losing by 50 in the playoff game? That's the size of point.
Oh, wow.
We wouldn't hear the end of it. But, of course, I guess Steph can handle that sort of pressure because no one cares.
Well, they did win game 6 hurt, so.
Yeah, because that whole 50 is going to be a race. If LeBron won 4 out of 5 and they lost 1 by 50, they would have reminded you that he lost 1 by 50. That's how it is.
That is true. That is
so,
true.
But Golden State's into the Western Conference Finals, and they're going to go up against the winner of Game 7 between Dallas and Phoenix, which is actually a really chippy series. Actually, all these series are kind of chippy.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know there was beef between Booker and Doncic, which I'm all for it. Now, because these games are a little bit later, I haven't really watched that series as much. But Booker and Doncic don't seem to like each other. But I love that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So by the time we have the next show, Game 7, which is in Phoenix, will be played. Might be tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
Probably tomorrow, only because it's on a Sunday and those ratings. But I'll check real quick. You might be right.
Yeah, I'm checking now. Yep, you're right. It is tomorrow, 8:00 on TNT. Game 7. We got 2 Game 7s tomorrow. Milwaukee at Boston, Dallas at Phoenix. Who you got?
I'm going to take Phoenix only because they're at home. But I wouldn't be surprised, though, man, if Dallas wins, man. They're scrappy, man, But I'm like I said, because they're at home, I'm going to I'll take the home team.
Okay. And who you got Milwaukee and Boston?
Well, I told you I picked Boston to win this series when we made our predictions. I mean, if you really think about it, Hurt, I mean, if there weren't for like a couple of comebacks, this series would be over by now.
It should have been over.
Yeah, so
you're talking about the Capitals, like being like 3. This is almost the same thing as the Capitals. To be honest, Boston should have had this series wrapped up.
Yeah, You know what? They really played well in the second half last night, especially in the fourth quarter. I just feel like them at home. I'm taking both home teams, man. I'm taking both home teams.
All right. Well, I picked Milwaukee. I'm sticking with Milwaukee. It's going to be tough. And again, Middleton's still out. He probably won't come back unless they make the conference finals. He's definitely going to miss this next game. 3:30 on ABC, and I'm going to pick Phoenix. I think playing at home, the home team has won, I think, every game so far. So now it could be close, but I think Phoenix is going to win this game.
Okay.
So, and the team waiting for Boston or Milwaukee is Miami, who eliminated the Philadelphia 76ers. And someone who I didn't really care about as a basketball player, who's really boring in a way, but really got me a little excited to watch him play is Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
As he's exiting after beating Philadelphia, saying, "You picked Tobias Harris over me? Tobias Harris?" And I forgot about he was even on Philadelphia.
Yeah, he was. Dude, I totally forgot too.
I was like, I remember him being on Chicago. I remember him being in Miami. I totally forgot he was in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And that dude really had something to say about them picking Tobias Harris.
Yeah, man.
When people have a chip on their shoulder.
I love that, man, because you don't see too many players like this in the NBA nowadays. Like, with Jimmy Butler.
There's a lot of them right now for some reason.
But Jimmy Butler.
Vocalizing as much.
Yeah, but I just like the fact that with him, he wants to win. He's gonna give it his all. He's about business. You know what I mean? Like he's not scrappy. What's the word? He's going I can't think of the word, but he's gonna.
Jimmy Butler to me,
he's a bulldog.
I feel like a bulldog is his teammate. The guy who was on Milwaukee last season. I can't think of his name. I see his face. Hold on 1 second. What's his name? Oh, PJ Tucker. Okay. PJ Tucker's like a bulldog. But like PJ said, and I give PJ credit, he said, "What did you think about Jimmy Butler before you got here?" And the exact same words he used is the exact thing I say. I didn't think it was that good. I think it was good, but I didn't know how good he was. Mm-hmm. Now, playing with him, I see what he actually does and what he goes through, and I respect him more for what he does now than I did when I was playing either against him or on another team. And I agree with that. I'm like, because it seems like Jimmy Butler's game is not spectacular at all.
No.
I mean, and there's boring people in the league that we have respect for. Jimmy Butler's just blah to me. But he's leading this team to the conference finals. I think it's the second time in 3 years or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got him without Kyle Lowry, who's been hurt.
Yeah. He's just the type of dude where he could do a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? Like you said, not really he don't have a flashy game, but he does whatever you need him to, or he does what you need him to do, or what he needs to do to get a win. You know what I mean? And I like players like that, man.
Yeah. Speaking of players who aren't like that, let's go back to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So, in order of who's to blame for the series loss, you have Doc, you have Embiid, and you have Harden. Rank them 1 through 3.
I don't know. I'm putting Harden number 3
as the least amount person to blame.
Yeah, Doc. I mean, I put Embiid number 1. I mean, the dude got hurt. Like, the dude got hurt twice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's doing all he can do, man. Like, he's got
the least amount of his fault.
Huh?
Or it's more fault on him.
It's more fault on him because he's the star. He's the star, and he got hurt. But I mean, it's not his fault. I mean, he's doing the best he can, but it's hard to win, man. Especially in the second round of the playoffs when your star player's hurt. I mean, it just is. Like, can I blame Doc for that? I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses, but I mean, the man's hurt. He's your best player, and he's hurt. Like, what do you? I mean, you have to lower your expectations at that point. I would think, but that's just me. I mean, if you get passed around, that's great. But once your best player gets hurt, I mean, what are you supposed to do? I mean, look at the Memphis. Look at the Grizzlies. They won a game. I mean, yeah, sure, they were able to win one game. You know, when Ja got
By
hurt,
50.
right?
But they played the whole season. A lot of the season, they're like 20-6 without him.
I understand that.
Yeah, they were kind of used to him not being there.
Yeah, but but the playoffs, that's a different animal. You know what I'm saying? So it's just tough when your best player gets hurt. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
I mean, what is your
James Harden?
He's number one to blame?
Yes, because he's trash.
Yes.
James Harden's trash.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've been saying it forever. And I get that he was maybe good at one point. Even Embiid said, we don't have James Harden from Houston here. You don't.
Yo, James, I mean, Embiid don't give a F.
No, that's why I like Embiid. Embiid was out there with a broken eye. His face was broken. I'm not blaming him. He had a whole mask on and a broken face. James Harden had less points in the fourth quarter than or the same amount of points as the fourth quarter than they did if they had Ben Simmons. How do you take one shot in the fourth quarter of an elimination game and you're James Harden?
Because you're trash.
Trash.
That's why I'm not putting the blame on him, because he sucks.
I'm putting the blame on him because everybody thinks he's good. I put the blame on management for thinking that he'd be okay. That's what I'm blaming.
I don't mind that trade. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what did they get from it?
At least they got somebody who played.
Who? Did he?
Yes.
Did he? He showed up, right? Is that what you're saying?
He scored 30 points one of those games, man.
One of the 6.
Okay, but my point is, would you rather have someone out there playing, or would you rather have Ben Simmons, who's not doing anything?
I think they got further with Ben Simmons of not being there. Honestly, I almost feel like, because you feel like maybe Ben Simmons isn't going to make a shot, so maybe you think this other guy's going to take more than one shot in the fourth quarter, right? Because with Harden, there's an expectation that he may do something.
Right.
That's the whole thing with Ben. There's no expectation of that at all.
Right.
So to have him out there, what are you doing? It's trash.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to me, once Embiid got hurt twice, you know what I mean?
But he still played. Like, he still went in
there. I know, but and like I say, the dude's a warrior, man. I just feel like if he was at full strength,
9 shots, he was at 11 points. His plus minus was -16.
Ugh. Damn.
I mean, trash. Again, I know I've never been a fan of the guy. I know maybe I just didn't get him. I didn't understand him. I understand why he was, even though he traveled every 5 seconds that he shoots the ball. I don't know. He was never my guy. He's never been my guy. So maybe it's just me being a bit harsh, but I don't get it.
How do you feel about oh gosh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, Doc. How do you feel about Doc Rivers coming back next season?
I mean, if I don't see any issues with Doc. It's been at 2 seasons now. Or has it been more than that? Sometimes I lose track of where Doc.
Yeah, I think it has been 2 seasons.
Okay. He got this team in the middle of the season, you know what I mean? Or towards the end of the season, really. With all these different pieces, getting rid of some of the people he got rid of and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I see you got to give him another season. But, Tobias Harris, he's got to do better too.
Yeah.
If he's such a big part, he was 6 of 13. He had 14 points. He had 1 assist, 8 rebounds. So,
Yeah. Well, Philly.
Philly.
I know you're having a tough time with Philly being eliminated, but
yeah. Again, I don't have any discord towards that basketball team except for James Harden being on it. But I didn't hate the 76ers growing up. I love Dr. J. So I just don't like anything else in that city. Like, except maybe the Liberty Bell. That's about it. Like, that's okay. That statue, that fake person, and the rest of that stuff, the Flyers, the Eagles, who, by the way, we're going to play twice this season, my team, which is crazy. That's what the schedule told me. And, and of course the Phillies. So.
Okay.
All right. Going from the NBA to might as well go to the National Football League, right?
Yes, sir.
So something unimportant happened a couple days ago.
Is that right?
The most overhyped.
Oh, stop. What is it with you and your disdain for the schedule being released? I don't
the most overhyped, inconsistent, meaningless day other than Arbor Day is the schedule release. So either everybody can complain or everybody can sit there and say how easy or how difficult their schedule is when it's May. So what are we doing?
Okay, so
is it exciting? Yes. Is it exciting sometimes to see where your season begins and who it ends with? I get that. I'm fine with that. Like last year, we finished the season like every game was a divisional game. Okay, fine. I'm cool with that. Like you see it, that's nice. But you know what? I can see that in June. It doesn't change me. Okay.
I know.
But
you're right. So a part of this is the NFL and their marketing machine, right?
Oh yeah, they're great.
So we know that because every day
for this show.
Huh?
I said if we had the NFL's marketing machine for our show, we'd be up there with Joe Rogan.
Right. So, but that's it. They're trying to, the NFL, they want to rule the news cycle. And what they did, even before the schedule came out, they're leaking out matchups every day. But I think it's a couple things here. So, you have a rabid fan base. You know what I'm saying? The NFL, you have rabid NFL fans. A part of the good thing with the schedule is just people wanting to know what trips they're going on. They want to know, okay, oh, yes, we're playing the Dolphins. We're hitting down Miami in October. You know what I'm saying? Like, a part of it, I think, is the fans just wanting to know which games they're going to. Making their plans, buying their plane tickets. I think that has a lot to do with it. And matchups. And I think, you know what I mean? Like, Russell Wilson going back to Seattle or facing Seattle.
Whoa.
Aaron Rodgers is facing Tom Brady for the very last time.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, people get excited about it. You are right. It's a list of dates. You know what I'm saying? Dates and games. The crazy thing is everybody already knows. We know in advance what teams they're playing. What we're playing. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So, but yeah, it's just something about knowing, how many primetime games you get. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to know that. I don't want any. I want all our games to be 1:00. That's it.
I know you want no, especially Monday night, Monday night game.
I don't want no primetime game. I'm perfectly fine with 1 or 4:05.
Yeah. No, but I get you in the sense like I can wait, you know what I'm saying? But I understand the NFL hyping it up, and I understand it's all about hope. It's all about hope.
I don't have an issue with the NFL.
Who do you have an issue with?
People.
But why? People are excited, Hurt. And it's all about anticipation. Think about this. It's all about hope and anticipation. That's why people are so excited because but it's true. Think about it. We have the draft.
What
And
hope?
the draft. I'm explaining it. We have the NFL draft, and the NFL draft is like Christmas. You go, you wait all year for it to come. You go downstairs, you look under the tree, and you see what new toys you have.
Look,
right?
we got an offensive lineman. Yes.
Right. And then right around the corner is the schedule release, and it's like, oh, where am I going on vacation? Where am I going to take my toys with me? Or when are my toys going to go to this spot? Or when are we going to play this? Or when are we going to be on prime time? It's just like a continuation of this hope. And then you see the schedule. Oh, our bye week isn't until the end of the year. Or we play these really bad teams in the beginning of the season. Maybe we could pad ourselves up like the Dallas Cowboys do in the early season, and they'll think we're contenders for the Super Bowl because we go 4-0 in September because we played a horrible schedule. It's all about hope and optimism. And I think the draft is part one of that, and then the schedule just extends. It's just an extension of that hope. It's a continuation of this hope. And then you have the fans that go to games and go to road games and travel with the team. So they get to plan, they get to plan their trips and buy their tickets. It's all incorporated in that. Speaking of which, here's a trick, right? Well, I know you don't care about this because you don't care about the schedule. But if you ever want to know the schedule in advance, Ticketmaster. I went to Ticketmaster an hour before the schedule, it was about an hour or two before the schedule came out. And I noticed, oh, okay. So this is what the Ravens schedule is, because I was like, I wonder what tickets because I heard they said they were playing the Jets week 1 and they were playing the Dolphins week 2. And I went on Ticketmaster to see what to see how much the Dolphins tickets were, and then I saw the whole schedule, and I was like, okay. I just typed in Baltimore Ravens, and they had all the dates. It
was like the day before.
No. This was like a couple hours before they released it.
Oh,
but I was like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, because they had tickets, buy your tickets for these games, this game. So I was like, okay, that's the new trick. Go to Ticketmaster. If for people who really care about this, go to Ticketmaster. They had all, and I checked it, and I fact checked it. They were right. So I was like, interesting. So now I know. And I know you don't care.
Not one bit.
But you got to admit, there are going to be some interesting matchups that you're going to be looking forward to see this year, I'm sure.
Do you know what's crazy?
What's that?
Happens every year.
What's that?
Matchups that I'd like to see.
Oh.
And you know when I care about them?
When?
September.
Exactly.
I don't care right now.
Come on, you don't care about Russell Wilson week 1, Monday Night Football hurt? Going back to Seattle?
No.
You don't care about the Jaguars coming to DC to face the Commanders?
Definitely not.
You don't care about Hollywood facing the Ravens in the preseason hurt?
The only preseason game that I hate is ours. That game gets on my nerves every year.
Yeah.
God.
Well, I really hated ours last year because J.K. Dobbins got hurt in that game. So.
But it's just already the first thing I heard, and again, it's my biased ears, so I apologize to everybody, was who has the easiest schedules. Which, again, how do we know?
We don't.
Oh, it's based off last year. Well, teams change.
Right.
From last year to this year.
Absolutely.
So it happens all the time. Last year, Denver could have been like, oh, let's go by there. You're going to go by Denver's winning percentage last year?
Exactly. Like the Ravens, they're playing a last place schedule because they came in last. And guess what? We faced Denver. So they're going to be you know what I mean? Like, come on. So, right, you can't go by that stuff. That's
how about, hey, you know what? Oh, we have an easy schedule. We're playing Cleveland this year, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going by last year's, teams change. Quarterbacks have flip-flop. People have gone different places. Are you really – and this is really crazy. It's literally like going off last season's whatever. The Dallas Cowboys in Washington have two of the where was it? Where is it? Oh, they're tied for the easiest strength of schedule based off last year's winning percentages. Why is that? Who? What? Who? What?
Yeah.
It drives me insane, bro. I don't understand. It drives me like, who cares? What has changed from this year to last year when it comes to teams? Everything. Yeah, some teams may still be bad. Detroit's probably still going to be bad. Houston looks like they're probably still going to be bad, right? Atlanta might be whatever. I don't know. I don't even know. I mean, your schedule, Jaguars, okay. Lions, we face the Lions second at Detroit. Fine. Eagles, Cowboys, Titans, Bears are going to be different. Packers, Colts have a totally different quarterback. We don't even know what the hell they're going to be. Vikings, Eagles, Texans, okay. Falcons, totally different quarterback. We have the Giants, then we have a bye week, then we have the Giants again. Thanks, schedule. So hopefully it's 2 wins. I don't know how we play a team, have a bye week, and play the team again. Whatever. 49ers, I don't know who their quarterback's going to be. Can't go by their winning percentage. Browns, yeah, that was easy.
Right.
And then we got the Cowboys. So that's a whole different thing. Browns on the schedule is totally different than Browns on the schedule last year and Browns on the schedule this year. You know what I mean? It's just
but it's just
people then start putting so much into. Oh, well, we're predicted to have 7.5 wins, 8.7 wins, 12 point. Are you serious right now?
It's all fun, Hurt.
It's not fun. It's because the problem with football fans sometimes in general, I feel like what the NFL puts out there and everything is almost like it's gospel. We don't go into any sport, baseball, basketball, anything else, and say, the Orioles, 89 and whatever. Or, what else sport? I just did baseball or basketball, 70 and 12 or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, let's see what happens when the season starts. We're in May. 11 and a half wins for the Rams. 4.5 wins for Houston. What? Wow. Who cares? Get to the season. And guess what? What happens before the season? It's called injuries.
Exactly. That's the equalizer right there.
Yeah. So we don't even know. People lose people get hurt. Bam. Schedules they're all different.
Hurt, can you just let us have our fun, please?
No. It annoys me. Because it's like I'm surrounded by people that look at this day, like you said, like it's New Year's. If the draft is Christmas, this is like New Year's for some.
Yes.
And it's not New Year's for me. Ain't no all acquaintance, we forgot, or whatever. There's no confetti, there's no champagne.
Old Lang, old Lang
for the schedule. I don't care how many primetime games anybody has. I know Dallas is going to have 17 of them and whatever else. I don't care.
I care. Why do you only get the Ravens 3?
I don't know. Are you at home? Well, you didn't make the playoffs last year, right?
So what? We got Lamar Jackson. Like, how do you defend Lamar Jackson? What?
Nobody cares about Lamar. He's not as big as Dallas, is he?
Speaking of Dallas, that's a great transition. Speaking of Dallas, the mayor of Dallas would like to add another team to Dallas. How do you feel about that, Hurt?
What?
He wants to add a second team to Dallas. He thinks Dallas is big enough for not one, Hurt, but 2 football teams. And he wants to propose a second Dallas football team.
What's the next topic we have? I'm not even going to talk about
Let's keep it in football.
Okay.
So, everybody's favorite quarterback, Tom Brady. He's got a job waiting for him, Hurt. He's got a job waiting for him when he's done playing, he's pretty much our age, and he's playing football right now.
I know I can't even play two-hand touch at this point.
But man, he's got a job waiting for him. And check this out: the job that he has waiting for him, he'll be making more money at that job, a job he's never done. He'll be making more money at that job than he ever made in his 20-some odd years playing football. He's going to be a broadcaster for Fox. $375 million for 10 years. And what was when I heard this, I was like, those numbers can't be right. That was my first thought. But then my second thought was, Tom's a man. Like, Tom can just do dude, this dude is commanding pretty much double what
using my team's name in a sentence.
What?
So don't be using my team's name in a sentence. You said commander. None of that. Stop it. Stop it. I see what you did
there. Wow. But no, dude, come on, yo. This guy, $375 million. He's getting more. He's giving double the money, basically, what Romo's getting. He's never done this before. But but because he's Tom, he's like, y'all gonna pay me almost $400 million. And I ain't mad at him. Oh, good. What?
This is ludicrous. This is insane. I'm flabbergasted. This is Boulder Dash. I'm dumbstruck. Is every other adjective I can think of to pay this man that much money. Again, I know his popularity. Now, if you said you're paying Peyton and Eli that combined to do the other Monday night show that I love so much, I'm fine with that because they can split that 18 point whatever. I'm cool with that. I'm not watching Tom Brady do a damn thing on Fox. I'm not.
But it's funny to me because as a football fan and a football viewer, I don't watch football for the announcers and for the analysts. Now, granted, when you put a good production together, it's to me that's like icing on the cake. But I'm watching the game for the matchups.
I did not watch one Monday night show that didn't have Peyton and Eli on it, right? Mm-hmm. Because they didn't talk about I can watch the game. I don't need you to describe it to me. I've watched it my whole life. Like certain sports need the commentary. Baseball needs the commentary. You know what I mean? Basketball, kind of, sort of, maybe. Football, to me, doesn't. It's a sport that you can have on mute, to me.
See, I disagree. I disagree in the sense, I disagree because I like when you have a good analyst on there because there's so many.
It definitely changes the dynamic.
Yeah, because I like for me, I used to hate Chris Collinsworth, but I like him because he'll immediately tell you after a play what a player didn't do or you know what I'm saying? Or
he's the anti-Romo. Romo will tell you what they're going to do before they do.
Romo's telling you, hey, they lined up. Right, they lined up.
If they took Romo, to me, if they take somebody, Romo, it wasn't on there. Does it make a big difference to me? Like, is that big of a difference?
No. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't care. Like,
yeah, that's the whole thing.
Just get somebody good. Like, the thing is, I'm going to watch the game regardless. I'm going to watch it regardless. It's just my enjoyment. Like, how much of it am I going to enjoy the whole package? You know,
and I have trouble. To me, and it's just me personally. I can't sit and watch one game now.
Oh,
I do Red Zone. I'll do Scott Hansen. I'll just sit there. My team's on TV. I watch Scott Hansen. I'm not watching, my team play unless there's literally nothing going on.
Right.
I honestly don't need to hear anybody on the broadcast. The only time that it meant something to me was on Saturdays.
Okay.
College football needed broadcasters. The Rose Bowl, needed my man, Keith Jackson.
Right.
It's just certain people transcend sports like John Madden did. Like even though it was they mostly back then was they did NFC games. So I had John Madden and Pat Summerall for everything. So I was just so used to them. That's why when I turned over to the whatever channel you guys were on, AFC, I was like, who are these dry paper talking people on CBS? And then it was funny because we get so used to hearing something like when you would turn over to Fox, where the NFC was, you're like, who the hell are these people?
Yeah.
And the production was different. Like CBS, I was like, Fox had the robots and lines, and CBS looked like they filmed every game at like Cleveland Municipal Stadium and everything was dusty.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but if he's not going to be, the thing is, he's going to be a studio guy, right? Like he's not going to be calling the game.
I thought he was going.
No, I'm asking. I'm not 100%.
I don't know. I just assumed he was going to be calling games, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess if he is, I guess, but still, what is he adding? If you said you're going to have Eli, Tom, and Peyton on a show, I'm watching it. I am.
I have a question. Who's your favorite? I want to know when it comes to football, who's your favorite color guy and who's your favorite analyst?
I guess the person who I like hearing the most would be Romo.
Okay.
Which is weird being.
I know.
But it's again, I know he's a homerish, not as homerish as some, but I like his excitement. His excitement makes me like, oh, right here, they're gonna run a play action bootleg to the left, and they run a play action bootleg to the left. So it was like pretty cool. I'm not saying I don't think he's. I always love Al Michaels because he's been around forever.
Yeah.
Like literally like my whole lifetime of sports when it comes to that. So I do love Al Michaels. So I'd say Al Michaels.
Well, my two favorite color guys, who's the Masters guy? I can't think of his name right now.
Jim Nantz.
Yeah, I like Jim Nantz, but I really like Kevin Harlan. Like Kevin Harlan to me, he brings so much life into these. You know what I'm saying? I just like the excitement and the life he brings into it. And my favorite analyst is Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah, Chris is good. I like Chris Collinsworth
because he breaks things down in layman's terms.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, to someone who watches football but doesn't know the nuances of the game that make a lot of sense to me when I watch. You know what I'm saying? So I like that.
Yeah, I like Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah.
But what do you think about our new Monday night crew?
All right, so you wanted to tell me because people can move different places. I think people have gone to Amazon, people have gone to Monday night. So yeah, breakdowns. Who's where?
Amazon's going to be Al Michaels, I think, and Kirk Herbstreit.
What?
Yeah, on Amazon. Now, of course, me loving Kirk Herbstreit because
that's an interesting combination. I'm really curious to see how that's going to work. I'm not seeing that.
Yeah,
Kirk Herbstreit and Al.
I love Al, and I love Kirk, so I'm fine with it.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Okay, and Monday night, who's on Monday night? And this is
be your favorite people.
Oh no,
Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are now the ESPN Monday night people.
Okay, that explains everything. So they basically took the Troy Aikman and Joe Buck money and gave it to Brady.
Yeah, combined.
Yeah, right. But I will say this. Even though I don't, and it's not so much Troy Aikman, it's really Joe Buck that I don't like. I can deal with Troy Aikman, but that is a huge step up from Brian Greasy and Leo
anything. ESPN or ABC has struggled to find a good booth for Monday Night Football.
Yeah,
but again, the booth that I like is the booth that they don't show. Well, that was the Eli and Peyton. But what I just saw here is that Troy Aikman's comments led to irritated Fox to pursue Tom Brady deal. I don't know what comments he said. Hold on a second. This is interesting now.
Yeah.
I said the fallout from Tom Brady's God-smacking deal to join Fox when he retires continues. When Troy Aikman wanted to get out of his contract and start talking with Amazon and started talking with ESPN and made it public, he would answer any question that was his way. It irritated the folks at Fox. Let's start talking about Tom Brady. Yeah, so I guess they just what? So that made him overpay for Brady, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so.
Okay, he said Brady will be in the booth. It said it's unknown exactly when Brady will begin working with Kevin Burkhardt in the Fox booth. That would be a contingent when he finally retires. But okay. I guess he is going to be in the booth.
Okay, that's good. You should be. All that money. Shoot.
Yeah, definitely. Now, my whole thing is Joe Buck is if he's at ESPN, he's going to be doing baseball. Now, is he an ESPN employee or is he just doing Monday Night Football?
That's a good question. If you're paying that, that's a good question. That's a good question. But like I said, for as much as I don't like Joe Buck, I think this was ESPN had to do this because now their Monday night games are going to be more like, to me, they're like legitimate.
Legit.
Again. Yeah, like this is like a legit production with legit people. I can take them for Monday night. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. I can do that because the Monday night matchups have been so bad. But the only thing now is, are they going to keep doing the Manning cast now? Because to me, the Manning cast was so good, but now that you have actually a good
production, you hated it for it, by the way.
No. I told you I hated it for my game.
Oh, for your game. Oh,
remember the first night was Ravens versus Raiders. And I'm trying to watch the Manning cast, but they're talking about this other stuff. I'm trying to concentrate on my game. I
don't care.
Yeah. So when it's my game, I'm not watching the Manning cast. Yeah. I'm gonna watch the regular cast. But for everything else, I don't care. You know what I mean? I loved it. I loved it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So.
Oh, good. Well, good for Thomas. Yeah. Still think that's an extraordinary amount of money. Like if I'm paying them that much, I would have him. Not only is he in the booth, but he's hosting Fox and Friends. He's gonna have his own sitcom. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be, he's gonna be on The Simpsons. This is gonna be. I would have him doing everything on Fox that there is to happen.
Yeah, man.
Masked Singer, whatever else they do on Fox. I don't even watch Fox for a lot of things anymore, really. But he'd be on there forever. He'd be on every show.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. That's amazing. But hey, more power to him. Hey.
I feel like we need to talk about baseball.
Yeah, man. Let's check in with our teams, man. Your Mets, your first place Mets.
That we are. But I always like starting out with the teams below us. So let's talk about the Orioles.
All right.
Are you calling up one of your big guns soon? I heard. Or?
I hope so, man. Let me first say that I'm very pleased with the Orioles play this year.
I like it.
All I've been asking is for my team to be competitive. And this team is competitive. They are 14-19. They lost a tough one last night. But their pitching has been unbelievable. They get timely hitting. They have to have one of the best bullpens in the league. I haven't looked up the numbers, but the bullpen has been amazing. They have a good and they don't give up, even with games where they might get blown out here and there, but they still don't give up, man. I'm really digging this team. And the great thing about this year is we have the number one pick. So I'm hoping, beyond all hope, that Mike Elias picks Drew Jones. Please pick Drew Jones because Andrew Jones' son is the number one prospect in baseball. I don't need him doing all this fancy stuff, picking somebody under slot so you can get somebody later. No, pick Drew Jones. This dude's going to be a superstar. So we have the number 1 pick. Then we have our top prospects coming up this year. I think we're going to have 3 of them. Adley Rushman, who people are predicting is going to be up on Monday against the Yankees. We'll see if that happens.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but Grayson Rodriguez, the best pitching prospect in baseball. Then we got DL Hall, a hard-throwing lefty who's going to be up sometime this year. It's like I think things are finally starting to turn, man, and it's so cool, man. The Orioles have the number 1 farm system, which is crazy. I'm saying this, the number 1 farm system in all of baseball. We got some really good prospects, man, and I mean, we have some really good prospects in the pipeline, man. They're not that far away, and these are exciting times, man. I mean, we lost 2 starting pitchers due to season-ending surgeries. We lost John Means to Tommy John, Chris Ellis, shoulder surgery. But, I mean, our pitchers are dealing, man, and it's fun to watch. I might actually go to a game this year.
Wow. And you better get a ticket on that wall. So that's good, though. I mean, again, being only 5 games under 500 is really good.
And we're not in last place. The Red Sox are behind us.
Yes, they are 8 games under 500, a game and a half behind you guys. So that's even better.
Yeah,
that's even better. You're only 3 games behind Toronto. Think about that.
Who?
The Orioles.
Wait up, we're 3 games behind. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Damn.
They're 17 and 16.
Dang, I did not realize. Oh, wow.
Now, of course, unfortunately, the Yankees are 24 and 8.
Yeah.
But they're not the hottest team in baseball. The hottest team in baseball is in Houston.
Oh.
Houston has won 11 in a row.
What? Oh, wow. Okay.
So now they're 22 and 11. So I guess they were 11 and 11.
Damn.
And they took over first place from our Los Angeles Angels.
Oh.
By a half game. So
the Angels hurt. Man, there's something magic going on in LA, man.
I hope so. I mean, with Houston being there, I think they could outlast the other teams. Oakland's, I think their magic is going to literally, it's so sad. Like Oakland should really play in a soccer stadium because they literally have no one at that football field.
Yeah.
It was like, I think they were just showing Houston, they were playing Oakland, and it's literally just green seats. Yep. Or people dressed in green that I couldn't see. I don't know. And I was like, this is sad. Like, they need a baseball-specific or a venue just for baseball. Because that sucks.
Yeah.
No one would want to play there. It's sad. Anyway. The Angels, Mariners are under 500. Rangers are the Rangers. So it's going to be Houston and the Angels. And the Angels, like you said, they're 7-3 in their last 10. They have a pretty good team. They have Shohei Ohtani. Of course, their manager, what's his face? What's his name?
From the Rays, formerly of the Rays and the Cubs.
And the Cubs.
Madden.
Joe Madden. And some outfielder. So, I mean, they're doing well. It's just I don't think they've played Houston yet. But those matchups are going to mean a lot going towards what they're going to do. They're facing the Nationals currently. They lost to the Nats last night. Then no, am I saying that right? No, they're the ones that beat the A's with like 2 people there. So they'll probably sweep the A's and then move on from there. So, but yeah, man, I love watching them. But the team I love watching the most, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we lost last night to the Mariners for some unknown reason, we just couldn't score. Is my Mets. We're 22-12. First in the East, 5.5 games in front of Philly. Listen, we just lost our catcher for a little bit. He's got a broken bone in his wrist. So we just need to replace him. But we've been doing well. Somehow 2-1 losing to the Mariners. We have them for a 3-game set. But listen, I like what I'm seeing. My whole thing is, how are we when we play the Dodgers? That's honestly, that's the only matchup I care about.
Okay.
How do we match up against the Dodgers? Now the Dodgers recently just lost Clayton Kershaw for a little bit. I think it has some inflammation between a muscle or that connects the back to the hip or something crazy like that.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see about that. But yeah, we got Seattle, and then our arch nemesis, the Cardinals, are here for a 4-game. We know we hate them. We got into a little beef last time with the Cardinals. You know how much I can't stand the Cardinals. So we got the Cardinals for a 4-gamer. Then we're on our West Coast trip for a couple games. So we'll see. We don't face Los Angeles till June when we got 4 games in LA. Actually, wait. We got 4 games in LA. 3 go, and then 3 against the Angels. But go ahead. I'm sorry. What are you saying?
I was just going to say, do the Mets play the Orioles this year? Do the Mets play the Orioles this year?
No.
Okay.
No, believe me. That's it's only a scheduled thing I check in any sport. Let's see if we play the Orioles. That's it. Other than that, I could care less. But yeah, I always check to see if we're going to play the Orioles because I love Citi Field South.
Oh gosh.
And still, your reaction that first time was still the most amazing reaction ever. As angry as you were for whatever reason.
I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
That was so awesome. So yeah. But yeah, no O's this year. Hopefully next year.
You said what?
I said no O's this year. Hopefully next year.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's our baseball report.
All right.
Also, bring home Brittany Griner. It's been too long. This is ridiculous. And let's go to our entertainment.
All right.
First, I want to start off with.
Okay.
Because I feel like your perception of what conclusion it came up with. I want to know how you feel about Moon Knight. I don't know. You know, we finished our 6 episode arc for Moon Knight, and I know how I feel about it. I know Dan hates it. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to use his name because he hates when I use his name. The other guy that watched it doesn't like it. So what are your he hated it. He thinks it's the worst Disney 6, whatever.
Oh wow.
That the original programming that they've come out with.
Okay. I thought Moon Knight was good. It went into a direction that I really didn't see coming. But honestly, I thought the first 3 episodes were great. I didn't really enjoy the last 3 that much. I didn't think there was enough Moon Knight in Moon Knight. The direction they went into with the Egyptian gods, I didn't really see that coming. I don't know how much I really liked that. I thought the finale was okay. I thought Layla's avatar was great. But I'm starting to have a problem, Hurt. Well, first of all, no. What did you think of Moon Knight?
I liked it. Like I said, I don't think it was great. I think it was good. I think it was really good. Definitely entertaining. I liked all the episodes except for episode 4. I did not like that one at all. That one was just. I was just like, this is like they just really like nothing happened. It was just so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew where he got his power from, so I know the Egyptian god thing is part of the story. So I knew they were going there. I didn't know they were going or where the other guy got his power from. So it was cool going in that direction. The thing that got me is just how good of an actor Oscar Isaac is.
Yeah, dude. His performance was unreal.
Phenomenal. Because it was at first I don't say I was annoyed. I really started disliking Steven because I was more of a Mark guy.
Oh, okay. Of course I like Steven. Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense. And it was so good to me just from his performance alone, how they became adversaries inside one body to becoming we need each other.
Yeah.
And that was just from that alone, just from the acting or just his performance, that made me like the series. It really did. Because I was so kind of like, Steve, just beat Steven up. Why is he there? He is so annoying. I know he's there. I know he knew about the Egyptian stuff. All right, okay, let me go. All right, I'm like, I'm all right, but when Mark comes around, stuff happens. People get knocked out.
Yeah.
All right, okay, all right, let me go. But when they went to the whole story, how he created, because really,
right,
and that was deep.
Yeah, man.
That was powerful, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. It's like, and he was trying to protect Steven from seeing that. Like, I don't want you to see why I created you. I want you to stay you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you be, we may not agree on stuff, but I don't want you seeing how all this happened. So just going through that was really freaking good.
Yeah.
So, like I said, that portrayal, the writing of just that character was good. Like you said, it wasn't really about Moon Knight. It was about Mark and Steven. Like, they should have named it Mark and Steven. I think it would have been good. The other characters in there were okay. Like I said, Layla was good. Layla. But it's funny because his avatar actually got on my nerves. I didn't really want him as much because he was annoying. I don't know why. I just found him annoying. But I like the show. I really just like the dynamic between Mark and Steven, and Oscar Isaac was fantastic.
Yeah.
He was fantastic. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
But go ahead. What were you coming to? We're gonna finish with.
So if Far From Home hooked me into Marvel, Moon Knight might have showed me. I don't know how much more I can invest in the MCU and the Marvel universe. I don't know, man. After Endgame and Infinity War, I just feel like, not that that was the end, but it was a good conclusion of the whole, series up until then. But I don't know, man. I just don't know if I'm really invested, if I'm all in on where the MCU is going now. I mean, we're bringing in the Celestials, Egyptian gods. You know what I'm saying? Now we got the multiverse, which is fine, but I don't know, man. Like, we got variants, and which is fine, but I just don't know if I'm down with the direction that they're going to. I think, I don't know, Herb.
So as part of how you feeling, I'm just going to ask the question. You can answer it without giving anything away. As part of how you feeling is how you feel about after you watch Doctor Strange as well.
No, I felt like this before Doctor Strange.
Okay. It's.
But Doctor Strange kind of confirmed my feelings because like we're headed into this. Like I said, it's with Loki we got variants and the we got variants and like I said that then in this we got Egyptian gods and Eternals, we had Celestials. It's like what if we got like the Watcher and it's like I feel like we're heading into like multi-dimensional, multiversal type of stuff, and I just don't know how excited I am about all that.
All right. So out of the two of us, I'm the Marvel person.
Right.
So I think you're more of a Earth-based Marvel person. Like space is just might be too much for you.
Space is okay because
it's like if they're in space too much, I feel like you start losing your mind. Like I feel like they need to be on Earth for you to really
I would agree to that, but it's not space. It's just this multi-dimensional. Like now, I guess it's getting more like supernatural. Like we're going from like superpowers to like supernaturals to gods to go multiverse. To variants. It's just I don't know.
The thing is, I look at every Marvel show that they've done on Disney as an individual show, right? So, like, this is about Moon Knight. This is Moon Knight and his powers. He's not in, say, movie yet to bring him as part of the new Avengers or something. You know what I'm saying? If they do, then you kind of understand where he's coming from. But I can still look at every single show, and all the shows to me have been separate. Like, they're still kind of playing into the universe. We know some of the characters. Moon Knight is the first one, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because we've had WandaVision, we had Hawkeye, we've had Winter Soldier and Captain America, and I think it's been Moon Knight, or am I missing one?
Hawkeye. Did you say Hawkeye?
I did say Hawkeye,
yeah.
Am I missing anything?
No, that's it.
Yeah. So this is the first new.
Oh, and Loki.
Oh, Loki. Yeah, I did not. No, I missed Loki.
So this is the fifth one.
This is the first new. It's the first new that no one outside of Marvel people who read the comics and know the people knew about, right? Everyone had it, or we already knew had it some kind of backstory. We've seen them before. So I'm fine with that because I feel like these are almost separate TV shows. How I view everybody, and it doesn't mean that Moon Knight's going to make it to the huge, the big screen, or he's going to have to be part of the team. It could just be his own show within his own where he is, and I'm fine with that. So I don't really tie everything in together, but there's so much to the Marvel universe that's way bigger than everything. You know what I mean?
I got you. Yeah, I'm just. After seeing Moon Knight, I'm just like, wow, this was just so different, which was cool. Like I said, it's not like I disliked it, but I'm just, after seeing that and seeing Doctor Strange and seeing Loki, like when I watched Loki, it was totally different than I thought it was going to be, and I actually liked it, right?
Even though you hated Loki.
Right. So, like I said, the series made me like Loki, but then after seeing Loki and seeing Moon Knight and seeing Eternals and seeing, like I said, Doctor Strange and No Way Home, I feel like, well, I won't count No Way Home because that's not really Marvel. It is, but it's not. But anyway, I just feel like they're heading now with the conclusion of after the Infinity Saga and all that stuff. I think we're heading into this direction with a different direction, and I'm just saying I don't know if I'm going to be that much invested in it. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I am. I'm always Marvel's my thing. Again, one word is always going to keep me in Marvel, and I got to see how they do it.
What's that word?
Mutants.
Oh,
that's it.
Okay.
That's all I'm waiting for. That's all I'm waiting for.
Okay.
That's. But I could care. I'm not saying I don't care. I do. You can't get as epic as Endgame, and I was never before he put on that suit. I could care less about Iron Man.
Right.
I didn't care about Iron Man until Robert Downey Jr. made me care about Iron Man. I didn't really care about Thor. I didn't care about the Avengers. I didn't care about none of them. To me, they were always a B team to me to the mutants.
Oh wow, okay.
I'm a mute. When they used to fight each other, I always sided with the mutants.
Okay.
Because they always disagreed over there was the Mutant Registration Act, and the teams would just fight each other over different, especially how mutants are treated, how people are looked at, and things. And I always say, Hulk and Wolverine always had beef. So I'm always a mutant loving guy. So that's what I'm waiting for.
Okay.
I will go through however many series. I will watch every series. I don't care if it's Squirrel Girl. I don't care if it's Nova. They could have a series on Groot and his tree family. I'll watch it. And it could just be a series of Groot. I'm Groot for like 6 episodes. I'll watch it. I just want the mutants. Give me the mutants. That's it. That's all I care about.
Okay.
Once we get there, that's when Marvel takes off for me.
Okay.
It's been good. It's been really, really good.
It's been real good. Yeah.
And out of all the 50 things they produced, they've hit 40 home runs. And if they were in the major leagues, they get paid like Tom Brady. Okay?
Right.
Because Marvel has hit way more home runs than any other franchise, basically.
Absolutely.
So I'm fine if they swing and miss on some things because it's going to happen. I can't expect it. I didn't like all the Iron Man movies. I didn't like all the Thor movies. I didn't like all the Spider-Man movies. I know those are Sony. I didn't like half of those. I'm talking about all of them, not just like these last 3.
Oh, okay.
I like the last 3. But they're gonna miss. They can't hit on everything. Hit on everything. That would be insane. Right. So I know they're gonna miss on stuff if something isn't gonna be as popular. I totally understand that. But it's still entertaining.
Colonel. Excuse me. Colonel.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't something I expected to be great anyway. But it was still to the point where I was kind of entertained by it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Really?
But yeah, because I didn't have expectations. That I could tell that movie wasn't going to be something everybody was going to like. Again, that's too broad. That's too broad of a thing for people. The Eternals, you know what I'm saying? It's just too, in a way, it's too Marvel-y. It's not as mainstream. Like really, you can't. If you do it correctly, you got Captain America. You can't really screw that. All the Captain America movies are great, right? You got Iron Man. You got all these characters, Black Panther. You've hit home runs with all these characters. So now you got to introduce people who they interact with that may not be big. And they're going to have to interact, when they bring in an Eternal here. Now, do they need to bring in all of them? Because I didn't care for all of them. But if you see one of them, then I'm like, okay. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, Eternal should have been a series.
Yeah, no. And I think it would have been better as a series.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But I'm fine with it. But mutants. Damn it, just mutants.
All right, mutants. Let's give Hurt some mutants.
Yes, because on Survivor, the mutants would last. Not lasting. Your girl Drea.
Yeah,
she had 715 idols and advantages. Got.
Yeah.
And they got to her, and she's out, leaving 6. 6 are left. Only. What were your thoughts on last episode?
Thought it was a great episode. I saw my girl Drea go home, which was sad. Her downfall was telling Omer about her advantage. Otherwise, she would have been good to go. But that just goes to show you how great of a game Omer is playing. Everybody thinks he's their number one. He has alliances with everybody, and no one knows that he is a catalyst behind all these moves since the merge. He's simply playing on another level. He's the front runner to win the game. And I'm enjoying Survivor this season. This season, Survivor has been fantastic. Freaking-tastic. One of the better seasons in a while.
Yeah, seeing as though I've watched this on like tape delay for the most part. When I have watched it, I have really enjoyed it. I a couple of weeks ago, we were going down to like the final 10 or whatever it was. I picked Omer as one of the people I thought could win. But what I want you to do is out of the final 6, rank them 1 through 6. From who you think who's the strongest to the weakest. Or whoever the strongest is, probably the next person to be voted out.
Okay, so this is pretty easy. Omer is the best player right now. He's the strongest. Second on that list, I am going to put Mike. If Mike makes it to the end, depending on who he's sitting with, he'll win. Third, I think it's a tie between Marianne and Lindsay. Either one of them could win. I think Lindsay's stock is going way up now because Drea got voted out. She has an idol, and she's been playing a good middle game. She's been playing a game where she's been able to be on the right side of the votes. She's not looking like she's the ringleader. She's right in the middle, but she's been playing a really good game. Kind of like Erica from last season. The people who have no shot of winning at all are Jonathan and Romeo. Jonathan's number 5. Romeo's number 6. Romeo is a GOAT at this point. People want to take him to the end, and Jonathan has no shot of winning because for as good as he is on challenges and as good as a provider he is, he just does not have a mind for the game. Strategically, he is a dud. He does not have a strategic bone in his body. Every time he's tried to do some form of strategy, he just alienates his alliances, and he just shows he doesn't have a clue what he's doing strategically. So no one's going to, if he gets to the end, no one, because this season is filled with a cast of game players, no one's going to respect his game at all. So he has no shot of winning. If he makes it to the end, which he might, Romeo's definitely getting to the end. Jonathan could also get to the end. If I'm the final 6, I want to sit beside Jonathan and Romeo because they're not going to win. So now the final 3 I want to see Marianne, Omer, and Mike. I think that would be great. But the thing I like about the season is you really don't know who's going to win. I mean, Omer looks like he's going to win, but you never really know because they can get wise to him and vote him out. So, but at the middle of the season, I picked Mike. My preseason pick when the game first started and I saw the cast reveals and the interviews, I said hi. Now I'm saying Mike. He's my pick to win it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm sticking Homer.
But don't be surprised if Marianne winds up winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, because I think everybody, like you said, I think you ranked it perfectly. I think, like you said, Romeo and Jonathan are at the bottom. Everyone else, I think, has a chance. Everyone else has a chance. So. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be fun to watch. This last part, like you said, they're already filming season 715, and they're in day 200 already. So
yeah.
You know the theme of next season's episode?
So
was it Blood and Water or something?
So here's the thing: Jeff has said that there are no more themed seasons. From now on, we're just going to know Survivor by 41, 42, 43. I hope that's not the case. I really like themes. I hope they go back to themes.
Some of them are good. Some of them are terrible.
Yeah, but that's, when you have 40 seasons of a show.
Kind of like Amazing Race. Stick to what you had that got you there, and don't go to blind dates and, all the trash that they were doing.
Yeah, the 2 worst seasons for me are The Amazing Race, blind dates, horrible, but the family, no.
No, it was like 4 people.
You can't do Amazing Race with little kids. I don't. Nobody wants to. No. So yeah, but I like.
They need to do an Amazing Race with just Survivor cast.
So that would be nice. Now they did try something like that. Season 31. It might have been season 31 of The Amazing Race. They did Survivor, Big Brother, and Amazing Race.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
But I would love to see just all Survivor. I would.
Yeah, I would. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
And match people up just randomly.
Well, I don't know if I want to see random people.
Oh, from the same season?
Yeah, like I would like to see Shannon Ricard, maybe. You know what I mean, from last season, or Dom and Wendell, team up. I don't know. I think I would like.
Yeah, that would. As long as Rob's not on there, I'm fine.
Yeah, look, Rob has been on The Amazing Race 2 times.
Yes, lost.
He lost. He came in second, and they lost. They went All Stars too, and they didn't. I think they were one of the first ones out. But anyway, no, they made it entertaining. I will say
they made it entertaining. But I'm so happy he didn't win.
Yeah.
Come on, Amber.
Oh man, but no, but that would be good. I can't wait for these upcoming seasons for The Amazing Race, and I know you're not. I don't think you've ever watched The Challenge, but I'm really looking forward.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really looking forward because we have CBS Challenge just got finished filming, and I cannot wait for this because I've really gotten into the challenge. I got into the challenge because I had never watched the challenge 2 years ago.
Oh, it was on 2 years ago?
The challenge has been around since the late 90s, early 2000s, because it used to be like real world versus road rules and all this stuff. Then it developed into the challenge. And I had never heard, I've heard about it, but I never really knew what it was. But I only started watching because Natalie from Survivors, she said, "Oh, I'm going to be on the challenge." So I was like, let me give it a watch. So I just started watching it like maybe in 2020. Only because Natalie was on there. And ever since then, I've been watching the challenge because Survivor players have gone on there. So
now,
you know
what I'm thinking about? I'm sorry. I was thinking about the thing that comes on after Survivor.
Beyond the Edge?
Oh, that's what I was thinking about.
That show's horrible.
Yeah.
I watched that show. That show is horrible.
Oh, okay. So the challenge is something totally different.
Yeah, it's a show. It's a reality show where it's more challenge based.
Okay, and it's set for CBS. Because honestly, back in the day, I was a road rules person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I loved when they first started doing the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
I was like, it was a long time ago. They've been doing that for a while now.
Yeah, so it's
grew out of it.
Yeah, it's on MTV, and I haven't watched MTV in years, but it's basically a reality show where it's a competition show, but the challenges are really brutal. All the competitors live in the same house. They get eliminated by challenges every week, and it's a social strategic game, but it's also more focused on challenges. Anyway, CBS The Challenge just got finished filming, and what they did is they took players from Survivor, The Amazing Race, and Big Brother, and Love Island, and they're going to all compete to see who goes on the main challenge show. But there's some good people on this CBS challenge. They just got finished filming that, but my girl Tasha's in there, Danny from last season, Shan, Tyson. It's a lot of good Survivor players on it, so I definitely got to get that.
I remember Shan.
Yeah, she was from last year.
Yeah,
last season. So I'm just looking forward to that. And like I said, they're filming Survivor 43 right now. Survivor 44 will be filmed next month. So we're going to get 2 more seasons of Survivor.
Jeez.
So anyway, I'm loving all these reality shows. Right now, I'm watching The Circle, season 4 of The Circle on Netflix, which is what I was watching when you before you came on. Yeah, man. Now, does Myrtle you mentioned 90 Day Fiance. Does she watch Married at First Sight by any chance?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's just 90 Day Fiance and all the Atlanta people.
Okay. What about Love is Blind? She didn't check out Love is Blind?
No.
Oh, Cole. Oh, that's awesome. That's so good. So good. So good, Hurt.
Anyway, no, never. I'm not feeding into that addiction.
Yes. They're good, man. I'm telling you, man, these reality shows are great, man.
Yeah, no. I'm good with just Survivor. I'm not. I listen. I'm the cartoon guy. I will watch cartoons all day. So,
like SpongeBob.
Huh? No,
like
no. I mean, good cartoons. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
How dare you?
I said it.
SpongeBob is a great cartoon. I was watching it yesterday. It had me cracking up. I was watching it with the kids, and we were all just cracking up, man.
All y'all had the same sense of humor, which is weird. I'm glad my daughter grew out of it. I didn't understand why she watched it at first, but she was like,
yeah, I love that sense of humor.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her into DC cartoons. So,
oh, okay,
it might take some time, but give me those any day of the week. And thank you everybody for tuning in. StreamYard, YouTube, subscribe and like N1MD Podcast. Of course, IG, Facebook, and Elon Musk less Twitter. N1MD Podcast, and of course, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find us, the NYMD Podcast. Everyone have a great Saturday. Stay safe. Wear your mask. Get your vaccines. And we will see you next week.
Peace out, y'all.
Cheers.